Hi friends, Laura Krumzak here, and this is the Disney Slowdown, where I'm going to help you plan your Disney vacation with your special needs children, stay on a budget, reduce the meltdowns, and have a great time. Let's get started. Okay, so I've been asking this question. Can a family of five actually plan a Disney vacation for $5,000? Well, that's a very good question. And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. I chose five because we are a family of five. I want to state for the record that you are probably not going to be able to stay on Disney property for a week for $5,000. All right. This $5,000 plan is going to get you from where you are to Orlando. It's going to get you accommodations that are fun, that your family's going to enjoy, food, and Disney tickets and back home again. Okay? So let's get started. All right. The first thing and probably the most expensive item is going to be Disney tickets, honestly. Disney does this fluctuating pricing. So the more people that are in the parks or the more people they expect in the parks, the higher the price is going to be for the ticket. Isn't that great? If you have fluctuation as to when you can travel, then I would definitely look at the ticket prices and kind of make that determination. If you don't, and you're just going to have to go with the week that you can come and make the best of it. And we can show you ways to do that too. There are different events that Disney will hold right now until I would say probably end of July. Starting sometime in August, they're going to start their not so scary Halloween parties. Those are only going to be in Magic Kingdom, and they are going to close Magic Kingdom early on those days. So they're not necessarily going to have those published until a couple of months before. I think the Not So Scary tickets go on sale like in July. So if you're planning a trip in August or September, the good news is you don't have to have a park reservation now for your date-based tickets. So you say, okay, I want 3 tickets, and they'll give you a range of days and you can use them on those days. But as you get closer to your trip, you're definitely going to want to check for park hours. Now, if you are not a late night person, maybe you do wanna book your Magic Kingdom day on the day when it closes at 6. I know that sounds crazy, but here's my thought. What I saw last year was a lot of the date-based people stay away from Magic Kingdom on those days because they want everything. They wanna see the parade, they wanna see the fireworks. If your kids are not gonna be able to hang that long, then you're gonna see lower crowds in Magic Kingdom on those days than you are any other days, I can promise. Well, unless it's a hurricane day. They don't they get away from, Magic Kingdom and the parks in general on days that are threatening hurricanes, but honestly, sometimes those are the best days to go. Nobody's there. Another time, or another reason to go is maybe that's a great time for you to book your character dining if that's something that you choose and it's in your budget. That'd be a great night to choose your character dining because you're going to be missing a couple hours of the park time anyway. So, hey, Magic Kingdom is closed. Let's book. You can book wherever you want, I guess, in resorts or at Disney's. I don't know if there's any at Disney Springs, but you can book at different resorts for those character dining meals. I don't think you'd be able to book anything inside Magic Kingdom while the show, while the Not So Scary Halloween event is going on, because that is a separate ticketed event. Just be mindful of that. Like if you book, they probably wouldn't have a dining reservation for like 5:45 because yeah, everybody has to be out at 6, but I don't know. Maybe another thing that you could do is go someplace where you can see the fireworks, but you're not in the park. So You could see them from different locations, the Polynesian, the beach area right there, like that might be kind of fun. Bring a picnic lunch and go hang out at the Polynesian beach, eat your food, watch the fireworks, and you're not there with a bunch of crowds. I mean, those are just some ideas. Like you can get creative. You don't have to spend a lot of money just to watch the fireworks or be there for the show. If you're choosing a nighttime spectacular, yes, it's great to have that one there at um at Magic Kingdom, but if Animal Kingdom happens to be open when it's still dark outside, and sometimes it's not, they will do a light show at the Tree of Life, which is really fun. You've always got Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios, and they will run an 8 p.m. show, and sometimes they will run a 9:30 show, which is after park closes anyway. And then Epcot does their show on, at the lake with all the water and the lights and the music and the big golf ball. So there's lots of opportunities to see the shows. And again, you can see fireworks from a lot of different places. Maybe you get on the monorail and you ride the monorail around when everybody's showing, their fireworks and everything. You could potentially see all three of them. Fantasmic might be a little earlier than the other two, but Fantasmic or Luminous, which I believe is at Epcot now, and the fireworks at Magic Kingdom at Castle. So just another possibility. Ride the Skyliner. See what you can see. It's fun. All right, so let's take a look at the park tickets. I'm gonna go right to Disney's website. Park tickets. So I want to show you. Let's look at what one ticket cost. One ticket per person, age 10 and older. Okay, and we're in July here, so you can see like this week, 4th of July, 154, 149. People are, and if you were to click on the 4th of July, when everybody wants to be there, it's 184 for Magic Kingdom because everybody wants to be there for the 4th of July. Like Epcot, Disney Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom. I wouldn't want to be there on the 4th. I'm just saying. And let's see, 139, 144. So these are really kind of an average, but if you're just choosing one day and you do choose your one park, then you're going to see that there's different prices. But let's go back. Now, I will tell you that so this week of this is gonna start your weeks of vacation, obviously, with Memorial Day. That whole week, June, July, August. I guess we can do this. And it's hotter than blazes. Okay. You're definitely gonna have to prepare yourself. So you can see the prices start to drop in August because everybody's going back to school. So if it's possible to choose something in August, 109, that's going to be your cheapest days. Now your weekends are still expensive, right? Let's just get crazy and say 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to show you something really quick here. All right, so you can see that 129, 129, 134. If you were to choose just one park per day, let's say you just did the 20th here on August 20th, and you can see that Magic Kingdom is 129, Animal Kingdom's 109, Epcot Hollywood's right there. All right, if you go up and you said, let's do 3 parks, we're going to do 3 park days at 1 park per day. What Disney is going to do is they are going to take your start day, and for 3 days, they're going to give you 5 total days that you can use these tickets. All right, so now this is your average. Let's see what that does. All right, 1 park per day, 3 days is 354.38. So they're just doing a big old average, right? Now, if you did your start date, if you go back and do the one, you're just doing one ticket. All All right, so do you see how these Saturdays were 134, so they're a little bit more. Now it did 5 days. So instead of adding that 134, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you backed it up to 129 and you went back to 3 days, now you're at 118. Okay, so it doesn't save a whole lot of money, but it brings your average down. So that's something to kind of fiddle with if you have any kind of fluctuation. Or again, let's say you're going to take a whole week of vacation in Florida and you're only going to do three days at the park. You can kind of fudge with those dates a little bit and get the cheapest day that you can. All right, I think originally when I looked this up, and I thought I was recording, but I really wasn't, I chose like this week here. So you can see July is going to be a little more expensive. All right, so you're at 421.54 is one park per day. Park hopper option. So for 3 days, you can add the extra $80 for your park hopper. I'm not sure that I would do that. If this is your first trip or you haven't been in a while, especially traveling with a group of people, even traveling by myself, transportation is available all over Disney and it's great. However, getting from one park, walking to the transportation, getting on the transportation, getting to the other park, and then getting through security and scanning into that park, that is going to take you an hour. That's going to take you an hour of your day. So I don't know that I necessarily would recommend spending the extra $80 to get the park hopper option. I don't know that you would use it. Maybe you will. Once you're planning your trip out, you can definitely look at that. I don't think I would buy my tickets until you got closer and you could see for sure when the dates are, because these events are always subject to change. They could add an extra, evening event. They could close a park down. So I would just wait and see before you buy your tickets, which also gives you a little more time to spend and save money. All right, so I'm still gonna do like $500 per person per day. So let's pull up this here. All right, so not per person per day. I'm sorry, $500 times 5 tickets. That's $2,500. That's half of your budget already for your $5,000. I don't know if that's going to be possible. We may have to just stick to that one there. we're just trying it. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. All right. Now we always drove down to Florida. About 1,500 miles away. That's going to cover a very large group or a very large part of the United States. You kind of see how that curve is going to go. Oh, I'm going to have to do this. Clear that out. All right. So if 1,500 miles, let's say you've got 1,500 miles, and of course you've got to get back home. So that's 3,000 miles, right? Let's say that you get 20 miles to the gallon in your vehicle. All right. So you divide that by 20. That's 150 gallons of gas that you're going to need. All right. Let's multiply that times, let's say gas is 3.25 average, because it's going to be lower in some states, higher in some others. Let's just say you can average 3.25 per gallon of gas. So it's like $500 then for gas. All right, so now we are definitely, so we're $2,500 for tickets, which you could save a little bit more on that. And we're going to add $500 for gas. All right, so now we've got $2,000 left for food And accommodations, we still don't have accommodations. Staying on Disney property is probably not gonna happen. I can tell you that a value resort for a family of 5, you have to have a family suite. That's gonna be at least $300 a night. That's just not in your budget. We're gonna give you a full week of vacation in Florida at some really nice prices for less than that. All right, Bookings is a place where you are gonna be able to find resorts and hotels in the Orlando area for your family. And this was a search that I pulled up earlier. The Grove Resort and Water Park in Orlando, I'm pretty sure we've been there. You're going to be able to get like a 2 or a 3-bedroom condo with a full kitchen, and it has an attached water park. Let's see if we can pull that up. I mean, look how much fun that is. So your resort's over there. You've got a lot of great reviews. You've got quiet pools. You've got lazy river. There. So this is going to be what your room, what your condo basically is going to look like. So you can see dishwasher, stove, microwave. You're going to have a fridge over here. You're going to have a living room. You've got a breakfast bar, got a patio. I mean, it's just going to be a nice place to stay for you and your family. Full kitchen, all kinds of home amenities, and you're going to get the water park as well. There we go. That's another overview. So we like to stay at places like that because we're not going to just spend all of our time at Disney, and inevitably my kids are going to want to see what's at the resort. They want to hang out in the pool, they want to swim. Even if it's just a basic pool at a hotel, they always want to, let's swim in the pool, you know? So make sure that you're spending time at the resort because that's really what your kids are going to want, and they're going to be super happy with you and you didn't spend any more money. All right, so the Grove is a good place. Marriott Grand Vista, Buena Vista Suites, breakfast is included. I'm pretty sure that's the place that we stayed when we did ours. You can see you're going to save, $100 or so. Now, what I liked about this place, you had family suites. It does have a nice pool. We were just there. We just did a quick, like, 3-day trip to go to Disney with our kids. And you got, let's see, here's a good picture of that. Okay, maybe. Yeah, so we got 2 queen beds, and then you can see right through there where you've got the bathroom is kind of right here in the middle, and this is where you're going to have your pull-out couch. Plus, you've got this little chaise lounge. So if you've got a small one that can sleep there too, you're going to have a fridge, just a mini fridge, and a microwave and a coffee pot. So you're going to have the amenities. They do have a hot breakfast, which is I always look for that if we are staying in like a hotel room. So you're going to get a hot breakfast at the hotel. You can bring your own snacks. And if you have to buy a meal in the parks, honestly, the fast food options are not terrible. 4 chicken strips and fries or a burger and fries, and you could split those amongst your family. It's like $12. So that versus, leaving the park and eating out at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or whatever, you're not going to see a huge price difference because all the fast food places that used to be cheap, they are no longer cheap, are they? So that's another option for you. So you can either have a full kitchen or you can save a little bit of extra money there. Those are a couple of options. I totally recommend staying off property. Let's go back and just let's say we're going to do where did it go? There it is, the Grove. Okay, let's say we're gonna do the Grove. All right, I'm gonna say booking, bonus reserve, bonus savings. That's nice. They give you a bonus savings. All right, let's just say $1,300. We are cutting it close. All right, plus $1,300. for a resort. All right. You've got $700. I totally think that's doable. $700 for food and maybe a couple of souvenirs for the week. I totally think that's doable. So, okay, let's cut that down a little bit more because if you're driving, you are probably going to have to get a hotel room. What we're going to do is we are going to go back, and instead of $500, we're going to do this for 21. I'm just going to say 425. That's going to save you $75 per person. Okay. 425 times 5 equals. Okay, 2125 plus $500 in gas. All right. 2625 plus $1,300 for the resort, 3925. That's better. See, that makes a huge difference. All right, plus, let's see, hotel rooms. We like to stay at La Quinta's. Again, I go for the hot breakfast with the protein options. You just have to look around and look at your route and see what you can do. But I'm gonna say $400. Let's go $400 because you're still gonna have time there. All right, $400 for hotel rooms during your travel. Now you're at $43.25. I totally think that is doable. You got $675 for food. Now it can go fast. So don't think that, oh, I've got all this money now, I can just buy whatever I want. No, 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 you're still staying on a budget. This is what I would do for your food. Okay, first of all, let's go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Ta-da! I really think this is doable. Okay, so the first thing on your food, start purchasing your non-perishable items that you can bring with you. I think that's important. If you don't have a lot of room in your car because you got all the stuff and you're not going to bring a lot of things with you, then take the money from your grocery budget, maybe it's $10 a week, and siphon that off and put it in an envelope and leave it out there for your Disney groceries. When you get to Orlando, you can do a grocery delivery. I would recommend doing Kroger grocery delivery as opposed to anybody else. Kroger, they have warehouses in Florida and they will deliver and you don't have to tip your driver. I don't know. If you want to do Aldi or Walmart, I mean, that's your choice. We do have Aldi here. And I've found Aldi to be about the same price no matter where I've shopped. So back in Illinois, the Aldi prices were the same here as Florida. What I have here at my Aldi in Lake City is the same price that I find them, the prices down in Orlando. Walmart, on the other hand, is not the same price. You are going to pay more for your Walmart shopping down in Orlando than you probably do at home. So I would stick with Aldi, or you can get on the Kroger app and you can start budgeting now for that and then get it delivered to you. What we do when we travel is I bring as much with us as we can because I know those prices. And again, if it's shelf stable items like chips or cereal or, cookies and crackers and, park bag snacks, I can bring all that with us and buy it slowly with my weekly shopping as opposed to trying to buy it all at once. So that's going to be able to stretch your budget a little bit more as well. And I would say make your own trail mix. I made this mistake once. I bought some trail mix from Aldi that looked really good. I think it had cashews and almonds and it had dried cherries and some chocolate pieces in there. And I was like, this sounds really good. It was good, except the cherries like attracted the salt from the nuts. And when I grabbed a cherry, my mouth was already watering. When I grabbed a cherry and I ate it, it was just salt. So I would recommend buy the individual bags of the almonds, the cashews, the pecans, the peanuts, whatever you're buying. Buy the dried fruit. You could even buy some chocolate, although I would caution you about bringing chocolate into the parks. It's going to be a melty mess and that's not going to end well for anybody. But you can buy things like that and mix them together when that's what we always do with our park bags. We have our snacks, we have our peanut butter crackers, we've got our nuts and our trail mix things, and we just mix it all together. We decide what we're putting in our park bag for that day, and then we go. I would recommend that. It's cheaper, especially if you've got a lot of people packing stuff and your dried fruit is not going to taste like salt. So, helpful tip number 7, maybe. I don't know. You can always buy gift cards. You can use your fetch gift cards. You can save up your fetch points and, go out for a meal. Just save up those fetch points. Come down here. You can do the shopping yourself if you want to. What we like to do when we have a condo, a place with like a full kitchen, a lot of those places will have grills outside. So we will buy the hamburger patties and the hot dogs and maybe the chicken breasts. And I bring my own foil. I bring my own Ziploc bags. If you can, you might want to bring some of your own condiments because I hate like buying a thing of mustard and ketchup and then we either bring it back home with us, or if we can't bring it back home, then we just have to leave it. Mayonnaise, that's another one. It's more expensive to get those squeeze bottle things, but if you can buy them and bring them, maybe that's better. If you have a way to transport them home, then maybe that's okay to just buy them here. Those are always things that I forget about. You can bring your own washing stuff. I wouldn't bring liquid necessarily, but you can bring the Earth Breeze, those sheets, those so cool. You have to buy them online, earthbreeze.com. I love those. They're just sheets of laundry detergent. And so they're really compact. They're just like fit in a little envelope and you can do your laundry. That's another benefit to having a condo. You're going to have a washer and dryer. So you can wash all your clothes on the last day, like chill out, hang out at the pool, finish up eating, your food and items, maybe take a trip to Disney Springs or something, but you can do all your laundry, get packed up, everybody just kind of chills, and the next morning, pack the car and drive back home. That's usually our speed. That's usually what we do. I love to buy fancy ice cream novelties when we are on vacation because I don't usually buy them when we're at home. I just buy like the big gallon of vanilla ice cream and the kids, eat it all. So, but when we go traveling, buy those novelties at the grocery store, keep them in the condo, freezer, and then they've got that treat and they're not like, oh, can we have these popsicles? Oh, can we have these Mickey bars? Buy them at the grocery store. You got them at the resort. When we get home, you can have them. And one time we even, I don't know why, but we didn't end up eating all of our ice cream. And so I was like, well, we're not throwing this away. It's ice cream for breakfast, kids. They thought I was the greatest. So you can be the hero too. Just take a little bit of planning. What we usually do, I I like to go ahead and cook everything up. I started telling you about that. Oh my gosh, I got so sidetracked. So what we like to do is get our hamburgers, our hot dogs, our chicken breast, and cook everything up on that first day. Put them in Ziploc bags, keep them in the fridge. Maybe grab a frozen pizza, or maybe you want to make spaghetti one night that you know that you're going to be home. I mean, I try to keep the cooking and the mess down to a minimum because I'm on vacation too. So just you can plan stuff out like that, and it's pretty easy. You can get the meat here. That's not a deal, but you definitely want to pack a cooler and have lunch meat and maybe fruit and veggies, maybe some cheese, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. My kids, yes, they love the Uncrustables, like what, $8 for a box of 4 or 6 maybe. Get hamburger buns. Turn those into peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. There you go. There's your Uncrustables. You could even freeze them if you want to, but put them in Ziploc bags. You could bring those to the park if you want. Now, you can bring your own food into the Disney parks. The only thing you cannot bring is a bag of ice. So if you have a place to refreeze those lunchbox cooler packs, and you have a little sack that you can put your, cold things that need to stay kind of cold in there, you can totally do that. And you can find little hidey holes all over the parks, and you can sit down and you can just eat your own food and then give the kids a gift card. Maybe give them $50, you know. You can buy a treat if you want a treat. You can buy a trinket, or a toy if that's what you want. You don't have to spend a ton of money. And I will tell you that if you're only doing one park per day, the kids, if your kids are like my kids, they either want everything and they spend their money really fast, and then they're bummed out that they saw something at the next park that they just really wanted. Surprise. Or they can't make a decision, and then they get through all 3 days and they're like, oh, I really wanted that thing at Magic Kingdom, or I really wanted that thing that I saw at Hollywood Studios. Guess what? Disney Springs is going to have almost everything that they have in the parks, and Disney Springs is free. So that could be a fun day. Say, okay, after we've done our, let's say maybe you do like Monday, Tuesday, take a break on Wednesday, hang out at the resort. Thursday, you go to another park. And then Friday, you're like, we're going to go hang out at Disney Springs for a little bit. Disney Springs, the later on in the day, the more busy it gets. So if you're just going to go over there to like buy something, I would say get there early. Now, early for Disney Springs, they don't open until 10. So you don't have to rush over there. It's not like rope drop, but the later on in the day that it gets, the more busy Disney Springs is going to get. So early is usually better than later for Disney Springs. Just saying. All right. I think I have sufficiently shown you a way where you can get from where you are to Orlando, stay at a great place, have either breakfast included or cook for yourself, have a water park included. That place is pretty awesome. And go to Disney for a few days and get home and have a great vacation for $5,000. That was my goal. I would say I accomplished it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Was that a good plan? Was that feasible for you and your family? Let me know. I would love to hear your comments. If you have any questions about anything, please ask me. I would love to help you try to plan your next vacation or answer any questions that you have. And if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell, because it really helps me. It helps me to know that you're here and that you're watching these and that somebody actually cares. I know. It sounds sad, doesn't it? I hope these videos are helpful for you. My next videos, I have promised you, and I'm doing it. My next videos are going to be exploring the parks, looking at the parks, kind of getting a lay of the land, and I'll point out some of the things that we enjoy. All right. Have a great time, and we'll see you at the next video.